everyone present over here. Myself Nikhil, we are studying in class 5th. Today we are going to discuss about skeletal and muscular system. The skeletal and muscular system is a very important system for us to survive. So let's start with skeletal system. So the skeletal system is a framework of bones arranged in a manner that helps us to survive. So the skeletal system comprises of all the bones and tendons, ligaments and cartilage that just connect them. So there are 206 bones in adult body. But at the time you were born, you were having around 300 bones. But as you start to grow, your bones just start to merge each other to form a larger bone. And at the time you are an adult, you will have 206 bones. So let's talk about the function of the bones, function of the skeletal system. So the skeletal system has mainly four major functions. So the first function is that it allows a structure for our body and helps us in walking, to stand properly, and so on. The second function is that protection. It protects our internal organs or soft organs. For example, our heart, our lungs, brain, and so on. So the third function is that it contains bone marrow, which is used for making blood cells and for storing fat. In addition to protection, it also stores calcium, which is very important for the working of our nerves. This is a part of the nervous system. So I have made a video on nervous system. So let's learn about the parts of the skeletal system. So there are many parts of the skeletal system, but we are just going to talk about some parts. The main parts are the skull, the rib cage, the spine, our joints, our limbs, and our guts. So let's first talk about the skull. So the skull is a major part of our skeletal system. It is made up of 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones. Yeah, it's so huge, right? 8 and 14, total of 22 bones. So let's move ahead to the next function. It holds our brain, which is a very important organ in our human body, and it also protects it from any other injuries, right? And it also holds other facial features such as our eyes, our nose, and so on, and it also protects them. So our skull is a very important part of the skeletal system, right? And the skull can be briefly divided into 2 parts, and they are cranium medial. So the cranium is the largest part of the skull, enclosing from here to here. Yeah. And the second was the mandible. It is the lower jaw, right? They are flexible, right? And because as they are flexible, it helps us in chewing food, right? And also in speaking. So let's move ahead to the next part of the skeletal system, our spine. So here is our spine at the back of our body. So the spine has 26 bones, each called vertebra. So there are small disc-like thing made of cartilage around each vertebra, and they are also important because they act like shock absorbers, and they prevent each bone from rubbing each other, right? So let's move ahead. Each vertebra has a small hole in it for our spinal cord to pass through, and the spine also protects the spinal cord, and the spine is also known as the backbone. Let's move ahead to the next part of the skeletal system, our rib cage. Rib and cage. So the rib cage again is an important part of the skeletal system. The ribs are flat and curved bones that form a protective cage around our organs in the upper body, right? The heart, the lungs, and so on. So the rib cage has mainly three parts. The first one is known as true ribs. So this is our rib cage. At the middle of the rib cage, this is known as the breastbone or sternum. So there are 24 bones here. There are mainly 24 bones arranged in 12 pairs. So there are 24 bones like this, and arranged in pairs are 12 pairs. So the first 7 pairs are directly connected to the breastbone or the sternum, and that's why they are called true ribs. So the second one is known as the false ribs. So the false ribs, what they do, they first join each other. And then the whole part then joins the breastbone or the sternum, and at the end there are remaining two parts. They are known as the floating ribs because they are not connected to the breastbone or the sternum. Let's come to the functions of our rib cage. So the first function is that it protects our heart, our lungs, and it also protects not the whole organ, just parts of our stomach, spleen, and our kidneys. So it has another function. It helps us in breathing. How? So when you inhale, what happens? The muscles between each other just push up the rib cage up, allowing the lungs to expand, and when you exhale, allowing the rib cage, the muscles between each other allow the rib cage to come down, allowing the lungs to contract. So let's move ahead to our next part of the skeletal system, which are limbs. So in an animal there are 4 limbs, and us human body also have 4 limbs. But animals just walk on all of their 4 limbs, but we just walk on 2 limbs and use 2 limbs for our daily purposes. So the lower limbs are commonly called as legs, and the upper limbs are commonly called as arms. So let's first talk about our upper limbs, which is arms. So the arms have 2 parts. In the upper arm, this part is known as the humerus. And the lower arm is known as the ulna. And there are two bones here, the ulna and radius. Now that radius is the part of the circle. So let's move ahead to our next part, which the wrist. This wrist where you watch your watches, where you wear your watches. This is part is known as the wrist. This wrist have 8 bones, and your palm have 5 bones, and our fingers have 14 bones. And same as this arm, this is known as the humerus, ulna, and radius. Wrist have 8 bones, palm have 5 bones, and the finger have 14 bones. The legs also have many bones. This huge part is known as the femur. The femur is a very hard part of our skeletal system, and below them from the knees to the ankle there are 2 bones again, which are tibia and fibula. All of them are similar to our arms, but their names are just different. And our ankles have again 8 bones, our feet have 5 bones, and our toes have 40 bones. So we have completed limbs. Okay, so let's move ahead to next part, which is joints. Joints. So joints are a major part of the skeletal system, right? So a joint is a place where 2 bones meet. Here is a joint, here is a joint. There are many joints in our body, right? So there are mainly 4 types of joints in our body. They are known as hinge joint, pivot joint, ball and socket joint, and gliding joint. So some joints allow no freedom, no movement. Some allow minor movement, and some allow major movement or freedom. So let's first talk about hinge joint. The hinge joint allow movement in one direction. Examples of hinge joint are our fingers, knees, and our elbows. Right? Allow movement in one direction. And the second one is our pivot joint. So our head turns from side to side with the help of a pivot joint. And the third one is the ball and socket joint. It allows the greatest movement for our human body. Examples are shoulders and our hips. So ball and socket joint is like a ball and a socket, where one bone a round edge bone acts like a ball, and another bone acts like a socket where the ball fits, and that socket, socket, it's like a cup. So that's why the name is ball and socket joint. So let's move ahead to gliding joint. So a gliding joint allows us a sliding movement, right? For example, our legs, right? So these allow movement when when 2 pieces of bones come together, right? These allow sliding movement. So we have completed joints. So let's move ahead to the last and final part of our skeletal system, which is girdles. So girdles, the last and final part of our skeletal system. So the girdles, there are two types of girdles, the shoulder girdle and the hip girdle. So the shoulder and girdle are also girdles and they are also part of the ball and socket joint. So those parts which are part of ball and socket joint would be also the part of the girdle joints. The girdle a rotatory or a circular movement. The hips also a rotatory or circular movement. Because ball and socket joint also allows us a rotatory or circular movement, right? So we have completed our skeletal system. Let's move ahead to muscular system. So the muscular system is again a very important system. It consists of muscles, ligaments, tendons, so tendon is a part that connects a muscle to a fiber, and cartilage. When we talked about the spine, we just talked about the small disc of cartilage, right? So we have used all our words. So the muscular system has again many muscles. There are around 600 muscles in our human body, and the muscles are found under our skin and they cover the skeletal system. So there are mainly two types of there are two parts of muscular system. The first is known as the voluntary and the second is involuntary. So there are just two types of there are just two parts, two parts and two kinds of muscular system. One is the voluntary muscle and the second is involuntary. Let's first talk about voluntary system. The voluntary system, the voluntary muscles are those muscles which we can just control. For example, if you wanted to raise our hand, we can just move it because of our voluntary muscles. If you want to walk, if you want to jog, if you want to run, if you want to do anything, it is our voluntary muscles that just do it. And the voluntary muscles are those muscles which we can just control. They just doesn't move until our brain sends them the right signal to control or relax, contract or relax. So let's talk about the next part, which is involuntary. Unlike voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles are actually different. Those are the muscles which we cannot just control. Examples: the muscles of our heart and muscles of our digestive system. So the muscles of our heart are known as the cardiac muscles, and the muscles of our digestive system are known as the smooth muscles. So they just know their job and they just continue to do it. For example, the heart just pumps the blood from the time we were born to the time you are going to die. The whole time it just pumps, and it is known as an involuntary muscle because if you want to really stop your heart, you can just not stop. So we have concluded our chapter of skeletal and muscular system. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, just put a like, comment and don't forget to subscribe this video. Thank you.